Hey y'all, this is Javi Nicole, and this is a video response to a video by my future baby daddy, Marcus Crowder. The name of his video is, I think it's The Psychology on Glass Ceilings and Fast Food Education. And one of the things he talks about is how, we're in school for 12 plus years, and how primarily during this time we're learning the same shit. We're learning the same stuff for years and years and years. We go from kindergarten through 12th grade. We're learning general basic knowledge that as an upstanding American citizen we should know. And then we go to college and we learn the same stuff the first couple years, and then our last couple years is when we get into our major, which is like the whole purpose of us going to college. And really, I guess, like the whole purpose of us going to school, because you go to school, you go to grade school to go to college, to major in something, to be an upstanding citizen and contribute to your society, your community, blah blah blah. So something that he mentioned in one of his very early videos was the whole thing about like not basically how in our educational system we don't focus on trades and we don't focus on creativity. We don't nurture people's natural talents and abilities, which is true. And the whole setup of our educational system just reinforces that idea, because we go through school. You may have like the occasional art class, music class. They've done away with recess and they're doing away with art now. So, you do your reading, writing, arithmetic, and you take your ass to the next grade if you pass the test, because basically all it's turned into is your whole time in whatever grade is test prep. So I go through the whole school year, I'm training to take a test. I'm training for that. And that's how you gotta take a test to graduate. And then you go to college and you're often in a situation where it's basic things that you don't know because you've been in test taking boot camp for the past 12 years. So go to college, you have to take the same basic stuff over again so that you can actually learn it. And then you go into your major and you spend a couple years in your major, and then you're supposed to be an expert in this field. You're supposed to be able to go into that field and excel. It's a really screwed up system. But if it was done the way that Marcus mentioned in one of his earlier videos, when he talked about people specialized in a trade, your natural talents and abilities being nurtured from a very early age, then we wouldn't have the issue of all these fields being oversaturated, because we're all going to school, and besides what we major in, we're learning the same shit. But none of us, unless you carry on to go to graduate school, it's not like you have a really, really, really in-depth knowledge of your field. So it's just really interesting to me how our educational system works. It is, like you said, it's like fast food education. You have fast food and you have food that you cook at home. They both feed you. You won't be hungry, but at the same time, which is better for you? You got fast food. It's something you can get quickly, but it's general. It's not going to be particularly customized to what you like to eat. It's not going to be customized for your nutritional needs. Whereas if you cook at home, you can do that. And it's the same thing. If you focus, if you specialize, then you can go into a particular field. You have less of the problem of fields being overly saturated, as opposed to everybody getting the same carbon copy education, and we're all equipped to go into the same fields. So it's just it's real backwards, especially considering the fact that supposedly, education is supposed to be what makes you, I guess, an upstanding citizen and contributor to your society. But I can contribute in the same way that everybody else can. It's very limiting. So having this broad general education has the opposite effect of what you would think it would. Because I would think if I have a broad education and it's flexible, blah blah blah, but it's actually limiting because it leads to all these fields being oversaturated. So it's real crazy. This is the society in which we live. where, you know, that general education is heralded above trades and, you know, specialized focuses. Because if you go to trade school, then it's like trade schools look at kind of like as a step down from college and going to university, although you get a lot more specialized and focused attention in your field. So I would think that it's similar to when you go to a graduate program. You know, you focus more on your particular field and your subject. So I don't see why that's looked at as kind of like, well, if you can't handle college, you know, then go to trade school. So it's really crazy to me. But that's just my, I guess, little rambling response to Marcus's video about the fast food education situation. And it is a problem. And I'm, you know, one of many people who, I went through my little education. I excelled in school. I graduated. I have a degree in English literature, and I am unemployed. So now I want to go back to school and focus on something very specific, which is photography. And the program only, you know, focuses on that, and then carry on with what my career goals are. But, you know, this general knowledge I have, you know, general knowledge means I'm generally equipped, but I'm not really specifically equipped for anything based on my, you know, very general, broad education. So it's sad. It's crazy. This is how shit is set up. But that's it. So that's just my take. So I agree with what Marcus said, and it's real. You know, we need to put more value in trades, specialized knowledge. So I guess that's all I got to say about that. I'm out, y'all. This has been a Javi Nicole video response. And I don't know. I'll come at y'all later. Some kind of video. I don't know. Shouts out to Marcus Crowder. Check out his videos. Good shit. And yeah. Bye, y'all.